Brotherhood of the Bengals. Brotherhood of the Bengals. In the river fog we gather, striped and bound by autumn air. Hands on hearts we share the stories of the claws and of the lair.
I'll be realistic.
Yes. I can't go away from Mendoza. So I've actually got it. So I'm on FSSN because it's free and they let you go through which
Is that FS or P?
no, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
PFSN.
Yeah.
It lets you go between whether it's consensus, PFF,
Yeah, the different
athletic.
draft boards. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So I've actually got it on the athletic. I think it's the most realistic, and I really like their rankings. Go ahead.
But you're making the picks for us anyway, right? Every pick.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they got the rankings. So I'll tell you right now, they've got Arvell Reese above Mendoza. So it's actually
Mendoza's not my top player, but that's where he's going.
right. So Reese, Mendoza, Love, and Downs and Styles is their top 5.
Yeah.
So with that being said, with what the Raiders need, I talked about last week, they need a face of the organization. They need someone who's going to step in and lead this team and have a personality and bring the Raiders back to what. And let's be honest, the NFL wants that. The Raiders is that organization. The Raiders, right?
The Raiders.
So I am with the first pick and in the 2026 NFL draft. The Raiders select Mendoza.
Of course.
Boom.
He's got all the work in it. He's likable. He's a little bit weird. He's a little bit goofy. But I think, it makes sense for what they're trying to do. Brady will work with him, of course. Mel Kiper's got Caleb Downs going to the Jets at second. I do not. I'm going Arvell Reese upside. The next Micah Parsons goes to the New York Jets. Jets. I got to be, honestly, if you play him an off linebacker, he's still one of the best off the ball linebacker.
He is.
He's the best in this class,
Yes.
and he'd be really good in the league. That's not what you draft him here for. I think he can rush the passer, and I think he's going to be a damn good player.
And you'll be able to do anything with him you want.
He's super athletic. Bend, all of that kind of stuff. That's where I'm going. Yeah. Next up for you, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock.
So, and again, I've already seen half the combine, right? Like I've seen some players, so we're able to take some of the information that we have, and that's what we're doing, right? That's why we're doing this every week. Next week will be a little different, or 2 weeks from now, or whenever we do our 3.0, we'll have all the information. We'll have everything that we need to do this draft, 100% with all the information that's out there and what we see with our own eyes, which is probably more what we want anyway. So with the third pick, I am going to go Caleb Downs to the Cardinals.
Really? He went Buddha there.
Yeah, I think with what they need, their defense was not good. If this happens with Murray, they're probably not going to have nobody throw anybody anyway. Poor Harrison, right? I mean, it sucks.
He's involved in supposed trade rumors. I don't believe.
Right, I don't believe it either, but you really never know. They may try to hit the reboot button, But yeah, I'm gonna go Downs there. I think he's that good. I don't want him to go there.
That's high for safety.
But I think and again, like I said, I don't kind of like what I said with Styles. I wouldn't. He's a safety, but he can do so much. He's a playmaker. He's a football player, and he's smart, and I think they need that, and that's where I'm going.
Woo! Shocker. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. We got those big tackles out there, right tackles. Got a lot out there. They got Jeffrey Simmons in the middle, who is a beast. At the time when Simmons was drafted, you know what I said? Best player in the draft. ACR or not, I don't care. He's best player in the draft. Now look at it. Dude's a beast. Cam Ward developed. They need a lot on offense. But David Bailey, edge, Texas Tech. The New York Football Giants Steve's favorite coach, John Harbaugh, is on the clock. What do you got?
So he's used to these players that can do it all. Okay, and because of what Styles did in this draft, and what he can do and what he's used to seeing, I think that's where they're going to go. And with another shocker, Sonny Styles to the New York Football Giants at 5.
That's high, dude. That's high. Too high.
It's my draft, dude. I can do whatever I want.
As they said on Major League on the home run, where the guy kept saying it's too high, and they argued, too high? What's too high even mean? You can't be too high. All right, the Cleveland Browns, who are supposedly rumored to trade for Marvin Harrison Jr., which I don't believe. Since I don't believe it, they need help in many, many capacities. They select Carnell Tate, receiver, Ohio State. They do draft Ohio State.
They do. They're pretty close to them, so.
The Washington Commanderskins are on the clock. Chaos there.
Yes. So this may be another shocker, but they got to protect their quarterback, and he has. And so with that being said, Spencer Fano,
Utah, right tackle, Utah. As Larry David is famous for saying, when you say, with that being said, you can change direction and dog people, say whatever you want, they can't get mad.
They cannot. No, really especially you. That applies to you.
The New Orleans Saints. Look at that cartwheel right there. The New Orleans, nice flip, whoever that was. New Orleans Saints are on the clock. They got to improve their receiver position. They got to improve their running back probably. They made some progression, really. I thought, again, I said it before, I thought Kellen Moore did a great job, that team. And honestly, Shuck played pretty well. They need a reliable receiver, and they're going to get it. And a guy that I may end up saying is the best receiver in this class, we'll see, still working on it, Mekhi Lemon, receiver. Could he be the next Amon-Ra St. Brown? Yes, he could. He's going to be doing it in New Orleans. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs.
So there's 3 teams that we probably can rank on how bad we
hate list.
Yep. Right.
Hate list.
Mine is probably Pittsburgh, then Baltimore, then Kansas City.
Yep.
But that's mainly
subject to be changed.
Exactly. But with that being said, this you can't say nothing to me now because I didn't.
With that being said,
Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame. I think what he can do, what he can help protect Mahomes, and what he can do out of the backfield will be just an absolute. It's awful. I hate even clicking the button, but I will.
Yeah, he's going to be big time, folks. I'm telling you, man. He's Bijan or more. He can play.
So with that being said,
well,
with where we're at,
the Bengals are on the clock. They take Francis Smart. I'm just kidding. Kendrick Falk would be in position. I think with the Chiefs, honestly, Manoa would be an option for him even.
Sure.
Honestly, their offensive line's not good.
Sure.
Jeremiah Love's a beast, man. I hate to see him go there. Prefer the Saints to take him, honestly. But I wouldn't want to see Lemon together either. Again, it's a shame Zach Taylor played like he's winning the damn Super Bowl in games that didn't matter, playing everybody, going for everything you would have picked. You would have picked actually 8th. Imagine that. Everything changed. You're at 8th, you're getting somebody. In our situation here, they get somebody, and it almost feels weird as not as exciting now, but it still is to me. Reuben Bain, edge, Miami, short arms and all. Now you got Burrow's little hands and Bain's short arms. Handicap. I think Reuben Bain's going to be a player, and I think opposite of what Shamar's going to be, and you use him inside, you can rotate him inside. He can play the run. He plays, he'll play every snap like it's his last. He's a beast. Motor. I'm not that worried about him. Other people will be, and I think he will fall here this far. And, you still have Mano on the clock. You still have Mansour Delane on the clock, who I don't want. People act like it's a given they would take him. You got Dax Hill and DJ Turner, right?
Yep.
Something's got to. If you take Delane, something's got to give.
Yep.
Because you're not moving Dax back in the slot. That's a proven failure, right? And he played better at the end of the year. That's really the only options unless you trade down. Peter Woods is not worth it up there. So I think that's where they go, and I'm more than happy with Reuben Bain there. I do hate seeing Love go to Kansas City, But I think Bain's going to be a beast, and I think it's a great pick. In that situation that we just talked about, we just did our mock. Only one tackle went, but 2 receivers went, and Love went. If that happens, you're going to get one of those 4 guys.
Right.
And
you actually had a chance between Styles and Bain.
Styles might fall. And I don't know that Downs is going to go that high. Because, physically, they get caught up in the physical. He's not that big in the position, like you said. He's not Hamilton. He's not some of those guys that went up there. He reminds me of Jamal Adams a little bit, but I think he's better. I think he's a much better tackler. And as I said in the report that'll be posted again on Substack, he would be the best tackler on the Bengals team immediately if he did fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
But A-OK and uber happy with Ruben Bain if I take him right there, which I did. Are you, Stevie Boy?
Yeah. I mean, he's the pick between him and Styles. He's the pick between him and Jordan Tyson or Kendrick Fall or McCoy from Tennessee. I mean, he's the pick.
I'd say this situation goes different.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, Kansas City took Bain. I don't think they can afford to go defense right now. Their defense was really good last year. They're getting older. They're getting older on the defensive side, but they got to help Mahomes, right? That offense is bad. 2 years in a row, really. People forget. Mahomes, that's where you can critique Burrow all you want, and it's fair to critique him about his injuries. I think it's fair to do it. He's been injured. But when he's in there, horrible line doesn't matter. T's out doesn't matter. Jamar's out doesn't matter. He produces.
Yep.
Has Mahomes? No.
No, really.
2 years in a row, right? Like, I just don't ever see Burrow playing that poorly if he's healthy. He hasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I think he's the best quarterback in the league. The question is, can he stay healthy and can you field a defense good enough to win, right? And they failed him miserably on both the court. I do think the offensive line is much better now. I would not go offensive line if I was them. I would not go defensive tackle if I was them. And I would not go corner if I was them. So if that situation changes and the Chiefs or Bain or whoever goes and all 4 are gone in that situation and the Chiefs take a receiver there and Jeremiah Love's on the board, I said it every podcast, I would take Jeremiah Love. It's ballsy, boy. You're Duke Tobin, you better have balls because you're going to catch some heat.
I wouldn't be against it.
I would take it. Hands down. I wouldn't even think twice about it.
This is one of them situations where, again, it comes back to free agency. If they've done what you need to do and you're taking best player available, you probably take Love because he's by far the best player. I know, he's unreal. I mean, and any category, he's there. But if they don't do what they're supposed to do in free agency, and it does come down to a need, I think you got to take either Styles or you got to take Bain.
The thing of it is,
if Love's available,
I agree, but they believe they've hit the linebacker with Carter and Knight. They believe you got Shamar and Murphy, right? And you can't take a corner because if you do, I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me taking a corner there, right? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're saying, well, we need a corner, it's need. Like a lot of the national media says the corner's a need. I don't understand that. You got DJ Turner and Dax Hill, right? They play better. So you're just basically saying we missed on those guys. How do you extend them then, right? That doesn't make any sense to me. In that situation where the top 4 are gone, I think Jeremiah, I'd run to the podium. If those 4 are gone, I'd run to the podium and make the pick.
Which tells us, so if you rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you put Love 3 or 4 in that bunch, then that's where I keep going back to is I think we're in a really, really good spot. The first 5 players, if we're that comfortable with Love and Chase, oh my gosh, Love and Chase, are you freaking kidding me? And then you still got P. Ryan. I mean, that's next
Love's
level.
So good in the passing game. I mean, he's just guy now.
I mean, that's next level. And then you look to the future. Then guess what? You're not paying Chase. You're not paying that $8 to $10 million, whatever he's going to ask for free agency. So guess what? That frees up. You let him walk, and then you sign P. Ryan back for another year or 2, or draft a guy, or let Tajay Brooks actually play down and see what that kid can do. We talked about that. You brought up how he didn't even play
in meaningless game.
So yeah.
Look at this. Watch him catch the ball.
Oh, he's unreal.
He's legit. And the thing is, the reason you wouldn't take Love is because you've almost said it. You screwed up the defense so bad. That's why you wouldn't take Love. If you'd done what you wanted to do, really should have done, you wouldn't be there anyway. But the defense is so bad that you almost have, if you have Love rated ahead, I think this, honestly, if you have Love rated ahead of Bailey, Downs, all the defensive guys we mentioned, you still can't take him because your defense is so bad. I understand that. Just part of the way it is. And I think all 4 of those guys are going to be really good players anyway. So it's a tough situation, but I think they're probably in good shape because I do think receiver 1's going to go and maybe receiver 2. And honestly, we only had 1 going on that one. I think both tackles might go top 10.
I do too.
Because we're getting, everybody gets caught up in offense and the guys that you can watch highlights of, right? You're not going to watch a highlight of Noah or Fano.
Right.
But once they test and everything tomorrow and everybody knows their tape, you got to have offensive line, especially for young quarterbacks like Jackson Dart, Cam Ward. Either one of them could take a tackle, right?
Yep.
And the Browns could take a tackle. And the Browns probably should take a tackle.
Arizona could because Williams is a free agent.
Absolutely. There's a good chance.
So there's between Arizona, the Giants,
Tennessee,
Tennessee, Washington, or New Orleans. Any of them teams could take
Cleveland
a tackle.
could too. Cleveland's offensive line is a joke.
Yes, it is.
And it's only getting worse because guys are retiring and everything else. So I think both linemen. I think Noah and Fano will go there. And I'm not against the Bengals taking offensive line. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think you do it at 10. Second, third round, I think, you hit some guys there. But
you need a swing tackle, brother.
Big time. But you don't take them that high.
No.
Because that means they're just going to sit on the bench, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, that was their plan for Mims originally, was to sit on the bench, right? Your championship level team, they wanted him to sit on the bench. The guy got hurt, Williams, right? So I think, they're in pretty good shape here. I think it's going to be interesting. We're excited about it, though. We're going to bring you it all. I'll have the Caleb Downs before this is posted. That Sky Report will be posted on Substack. I'll share it. Be in a link on YouTube.